Congo forensic police have launched an investigation into an overnight fire at a warehouse in the capital where thousands of voting machines and ballot boxes that were set to be used in the country's long-delayed December 23rd presidential election were destroyed. Democratic Republic of Congo's National Electoral Commission said in a statement on Thursday the blaze had destroyed 8,000 of more than 10,000 voting machines due to be used in Kinshasa. But the commission says the election will be held as scheduled. The blaze broke out about 2 a.m. local time in the Gombe Riverside area of Kinshasa. The ruling coalition and leading opposition candidates immediately traded accusations of blame. Seni President Cornelia Nangaa told a news conference and the destroyed equipment represented the materials for 19 of the 24 voting districts in Kinshasa. Officials say voting machines from elsewhere in Congo will be moved for use in Kinshasa, which is home to more than 15% of the Congolese population. The introduction of the untested tablet-like voting machines for the election has been widely opposed by opposition candidates competing against former Interior Minister Emmanuel Ramazani Shadari. An advisor to President Joseph Kabila says police guarding the warehouse have been arrested. Now, for the latest on the warehouse fire, VOA journalist Anastasia Tudieshe joins me by phone from Kinshasa. Good evening, Anastasia.
Good evening, Vincent.
Now, up to this point, what is known about the cause of this fire?
So far, nothing. I'm just nearby the street, very near, the street is very near the warehouse, and I can still see the smoke, thick gray smoke. And we, as journalists, are not allowed to do anything close to the warehouse. The reason being, according to the police officers that I spoke to a few minutes ago, that, there is an inquiry and people are trying to find answers to all these questions.
Yeah. Now, we know that both sides are trading accusations, but it's been known that the opposition was very opposed to this voting machines. But then at the same time, the warehouse was being guarded by soldiers from the presidential guard. How does this make sense to anybody? Who could have wanted to destroy this material?
Well, that's the question we all ask each other with colleagues, journalists, and the debate is heated. Some would say, oh, well, it can be in the majority interest. Some would say, oh, Fayulu has always been against these voting machines, so he must have something to do with it. So the debate is really heated, and it's only starting. And as for Congolese people, I would say that they are completely, utterly disgusted with what is going on because they have the feeling that somehow their election rights is being stolen from them, even though Cornelia Nangaa said that some other machines are coming back. People of Kinshasa are not quite sure they're going to vote.
So, I mean, that is critical, that actually some people might at the moment feel that there is perhaps a strategy here to postpone the elections once again. Is that something that might start to gain some traction there?
Very much so. Let's say 1 week ago, majority of people I spoke to were really willing to vote and were sure they would vote. And more, you have voices and both men and women who think and say that, well, it was written, once again, it won't happen.
Now,
but I would like to add that there's a huge responsibility on both camps to keep everybody quiet, because one word could really set Kinshasa on fire.
And given that, of course, machines do fail, do you hear of any alternative that had been put in place just in case something happens? What other options do they have to hold these elections if machines are not enough?
The only options we hear are the machines that are in the other cities and that will be brought back in Kinshasa. That's the only option I've heard so far.
Such a substantial number of machines. We hope for the best. Anastasia, thank you very much. That's Anastasia Tudieshe reporting from Kinshasa.